Hey guys, this is Bayesian Protoss here coming at you with a team fight analysis, the final team fight of Game 3 between Fnatic and Secret at the ESL One Katowice Group Stage Finals. This is a big team fight. I'm choosing to start at this point because I feel like this is kind of a point where everything is sort of even. We have all 5 players up. We have Universe, who just got bursted down in this area. He bought back, and so now he's going to be running towards the fight. Couple things I want you to notice right now off the bat. Secret or Puppy is running a little bit low on mana, and so is DK. Okay, so from this point on, I'm just going to quickly go through everybody's player perspective. We're going to see what actions they did, how they did it, and why the team fight played out that way. All right, first up is the man, the legend, Mr. Puppy on the Vengeful Spirit. All right, so as I said before, he's very low on mana. Let's see how he plays out this fight. So he's getting some vision on the high ground. Of course, everybody else already gave him vision, and then he's going to choose to play very defensively here, right? As he should. He's a support. You know, he's level 20, not exactly super threatening. Shouldn't be in the front line. Ignore this pit. This pit doesn't exist. There we go. Replay bugs here. So he's backing up, right? He sees Eternal Envy's coming in. He's got the BKB static link on the Lone Druid. Shiva's guard. He's trying not to get hit by any of that. He doesn't want any part of that. So whatever. So he's going back here, and he's going to get to a safe point. He's going to turn around, right? So notice he is very far back from the rest of the fight. My thinking, maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's really trying to keep his carries alive, Ace mainly. He's trying to keep them alive, be good. So he actually throws the Wave of Terror, of course. Now he's got 64 mana. He's running very low, but he does have a wand, so, you know, that's nice. He could pop that and still TP home. But he's still back there, right? So he's very defensive here. He's still just really preoccupied with Ace. I feel like his camera is completely centered on keeping Ace alive right now. That's kind of his role in the fight. That's how he perceives himself. At least that's what I interpret from the player perspective. He actually sees that Universe will pop the ulti. I don't know. I think at this point he actually thought that Universe was going back to his own base. Because he wasn't looking at the base at all. He didn't really care. He was still looking at Ace. In fact, he's so worried about Ace, he's going to pop the pipe here. He has enough mana for the pipe, but he does not have enough mana for both the pipe and the teleport scroll. And that's essentially the end of his contribution because he can't do anything else. Alright, next up we got Ace on the Lone Druid. A couple things to note. He's got the Aegis in his inventory, TP Scroll in his backpack, and Refresher Shard, which might come in handy for mid one. But we'll see how he actually plays this one out. So he's up on the front line. He's still trying to take down these racks. You know, of course, they're not really particularly worried about. Maybe they should be about the Ancient. But, you know, he's kicking the racks. So he's going to decide to back up. And then MB TP's in, gets the link off, and the BKB. He starts realizing that he's got to get his BKB off because he's taking a decent amount of damage here. He gets up. He throws in some right clicks to Envy while he's still linked up, while Envy is still stealing this damage. And then he tries to get out of the link by going up over here towards this area. But he knows that Envy's BKB is running a little bit low at this point, and he wants to just start trying to go in on him. At this point, he shifts subjects and he starts going for DJ. He's going to pop the Bloodthorn on DJ. And then he's really just so preoccupied with getting DJ right now. He's going to go ahead and chase after him. He's going to run down this cliff, run straight into Universe, very well-placed root. So he's going to get rooted up. While he's rooted up, he's going to change subjects to Universe, but keep in mind that whole time he was just trying to hit DJ. He does shift his focus and clicks up here to try to hit Envy, but, you know, Envy's dead anyway. He's still trying to get DJ down, which I guess is the best thing you can do in this situation, right? But Universe ends up getting the TP off, and there's really not much more he can do. Although, keep in mind, this is actually really important. We'll go into this a little bit later, but Abed slights and roots him, manages to miss the root, and gets the root off onto Vengeful Spirit and Yapsor, which is really, really big. But Ace starts getting low, so Ace is going to start retreating. He's very, very, very low. He runs into the pit, but Vengeful Spirit pops the pipe just to make sure that he doesn't die. And that ensures that actually Vengeful Spirit does not have a TP. Alright, next up we have Fada on the DK. So first notice he's got 2 cheeses in inventory. He's running pretty low on mana. So he's going to start retreating. He sees that Ember's going to double ribbon it in. When Envy links in, he's going to get the static link on the Ace, and Fada instantly pops his BKB, because he's trying to take down Envy. You can see that he's positioned. You know, he sees DJ, but like nobody else. He's not really preoccupied with anybody else right now. He's solely focused on getting closer and trying to do some right clicks to Envy. So he gets to the high ground and he's trying to hit Envy. He actually manages to get the Dragon Tail off onto DJ and the fire, but you know now he's got 8 mana left. So he's gonna step back for a second and wait for a good opening to go in. YapzOr did get the Echo Slam off, so I think that's a pretty good opening, and he thinks so too. So he's gonna blink in right on top of Razor and start with the right clicks. But he actually ends up not even right-clicking him once. It's completely unnecessary that he blinked in because Invoker's going to kill him before he can do anything. Alright, so Universe will pop the ulti, and Fada also quickly realizes what's happening. He's going to go check the base, frantically pinging it. Guys, the Underlord is TPing. We have to stop this right now. We have to stop this right now. While he's doing this, he's going to actually shift his TP scroll to his inventory. But he's not going to use his cheese, and he still only has 41 mana. At the end of this, you know, it really wouldn't have mattered, but he was limited by both the TP cooldown and the mana cost. He should have used the cheese and then put the TP in his inventory, but it wouldn't have mattered because, you know, right now is when he could have TP'd. The base is pretty much dead. Like, you would have started, and you wouldn't have done anything.
Now we're going to be looking at YapzOr on the Earthshaker. So he did cast the Fissure just now to kill Universe. He's got everything else not on cooldown. He's got everything else available to him. And you're going to notice that he really stays back in these fights. And I think the idea is to just get a big Echo Slam. So that's kind of what he does. And he actually does get a really, really good Echo Slam. In any other game, he would have been praised for it. But for this one, you know, because he lost, he's not going to be. So he was trying to back away from the Razor, who had the ulti, the Shiva's Guard, the Q. He's going to go back in. Actually, right here, coming up in just a second, as Universe and Abed are coming in. If you stop this right here, just look at this positioning, right? This is perfect positioning. 5 heroes right next to each other, ready for a perfect Echo Slam if he goes right here. And this is exactly what he's going to go ahead and do. So he blinks in right here. He grabs the Echo Slam. So you notice, actually, that Ember actually just slided, so he didn't actually get it, but it did hit Razor and Highlight Eye as well as DJ. Universe does get the BKB, Pipe, and Crimson Guard off, so that not as much damage is going to be. This will actually save DJ. But YapzOr is coming over here, and he's going on top of Envy. Keeps on just trying to get Envy. He actually uses the Shadow Blade just to get the break, or whatever you want to call it, the extra damage that you get from attacking with the Shadow Blade. He comes back and immediately, I think he's the first one on Secret to realize what's going on. So he immediately just double taps his TP scroll. But check this out. Check this out. So right there, it's not canceled yet. But where is Abed? Where did Abed come from? I don't know. But he canceled YapzOr's TP. So yeah, so neither one of them actually saw each other. Neither one of Abed saw YapzOr, and YapzOr did not see Abed. But Abed managed to cancel YapzOr's TP scroll. And now, look, everybody's just sitting there. Nobody can do anything. And yeah, that's just kind of how that went down.
Alright, next we're going to go with mid 1. And I think the key to understanding how mid 1 played out this fight was understanding his cooldowns, right? So he TP'd at 49:01. It is now 49:26, so 25 seconds ago, he's still got TV Boots on cooldown. He's got the Tornado queued up, so he uses Tornado now. And keep in mind, when they TP to the base, there's only 3 things that can really stop them from attacking. That's Deafening, or 2 things, Deafening Blast and Tornado. Anything else is really not going to have that big of an impact stopping them. But anyways, he's going to start playing back, getting his spells, kind of just repositioning himself here. Gets the Ice Wall. It's just a spell. He's gonna go in here, use the Ice Wall, kind of break up the fight a little bit. When YapzOr goes in, he's gonna start instantly running towards Envy, and this is when he uses the Deafening Blast. He's gonna use it to take down Envy, which again I think is completely unnecessary. Of course, it's hard to tell this in the midst of this huge fight, right? But he's right-clicking. He does use the Urn on Envy, and then he uses the Deafening, and then he goes down to either the right click or the urn. But so right now, Universe starts the ulti, and I think he might have realized what happens now. But you know, when Universe started the ulti, he had a Boots of Travel that was on 5-second cooldown, so he can't even start TPing until they're after already all in the base. So now he can start. You know, of course, you know, nobody's perfect. He's got a little bit of a delay. That was like 1 second, but he TP's back. We'll see what happens, how he plays this one out. So DJ goes over here, is going to cog block him. He's going to be disrupted, go off to the side. He's going to try to cast the tornado, but it's still on cooldown. He just cast it 25 seconds ago, and it's hard. You don't see that stuff in a fight, but you know, the tornado was on cooldown, the deafening blast was on cooldown. At this point, there was really nothing he could have done. Even if he didn't get cog blocked, even if they just AFK'd and just attacked the fountain, they still would have won. All right, next we're gonna go to Envy. And, you know, I think Envy played this so well because a lot of players, he had just bought back. A lot of players would have been, you know, less hesitant to die. And this is kind of one, he's a very risky player, but it really works out for some cases. So he blinks in, gets the static link and the BKB off, chasing Ace, really trying to sap the damage from Ace. Still manages to get that 227 damage off. He realizes he gets to the high ground and his BKB is almost up. I think he realizes he's got to get out of there. He's got enough damage already. So he's going to try to retreat, regroup, you know, and just get a little bit of space before he can turn around and reinitiate. But YapzOr's going to come in with the huge Echo Slam, and he's pretty much dead. But I want to point out this. He realizes he is dead at this point. Like, at this point, there is nothing. He's going to die, and he completely understands this. That was so quick. Now he's the first person to look at that. He's the first person to see the base, how close it is. And at this point, I think is when he's yelling, like, throne, throne, throne. But he isn't even dead yet, right? So now he dies. He had a solid 2 seconds, which is an eternity, as we can see in these sorts of fights. But he saw this before anybody else did. He saw it before he even died. And next we're going to talk about Pylai Dai. He's a poor support. Pretty sure, yep, poorest person in the game. Not really that much he's going to do. So he's going to try to get some kind of spell off on. He keeps on canceling the Earth Spike and the Hex. He's really just trying to be as stable. You know, he's a support. He's not going to do any massive damage. Even with his ult, like, he's not really preoccupied. He's more of a disable at this point. He runs over here. He's going to place a ward, trying to detect any invisible enemies. Both Fada and Earth's Shaker have Shadow Blade / Silver Edge. He goes in and he gets immediately bursted down by YapzOr. There's, like, not much he can do. He was trying to get a disable off. Kind of sad, right? I guess that's just like a summary of a support's life. Don't think there was anything really he could have done. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. All right, next we're going to go on to Abed. And Abed actually did so much in this fight. So he actually just finished double remitting in, and then he went back towards his fountain. So he's running back to the fight. While Envy is going in, everybody's preoccupied with Envy. He's going to stay really on the perimeter of the fights. We're going to see his positioning during the... And I think it's really important to see where he's clicking, right? So he's clicking over here. He's really trying to target Fada. And then the Echo Slam goes off. He immediately slides. But his cursor was positioned there before he actually... before YapzOr blinked in or anything. So it might have just been a coincidence. Or it could have been godlike reflexes. I don't know. He's a much better player than I am, so maybe. But yeah, so he managed to avoid it. Now he's going to back up, regroup. All of his spells are on cooldown. No Root, no Slight, no Flame Guard. So this is actually insane right here. So he will... I want to... Actually, this is actually so important. He sees Ace very, very low. You notice that YapzOr is nowhere. So YapzOr is right here, up in the top by this tree next to Universe. But you see, he's going to go in. He's clicking on Ace. He really wants Ace. This Slight and Root is for Ace. But he just canceled YapzOr's TP on the back. And that's it, right? So I don't even know if he actually realized he did this during the fight. But still, that's just kind of how it is. Invoker will TP back, and he'll throw some Remnant harass and some sleight of fist harass, but really, it doesn't really matter again. They're just gonna take down the Ancient, no matter what he does. He does this between backswings, so he's still just only attacking the Ancient. I don't think he actually at any point, so he never attacks. So next we're gonna talk about Universe. He just bought back into this fight. He's got everything off of cooldown. He's got Boots of Travel, Crimson Guard, BKB, Pipe. And I think he spends half of this fight just walking towards it, right? He's going as fast as, man. He's running as fast as he can right now. Meanwhile, Envy doing Envy things, diving 1 versus 5. That's what we call space creation. But, so yeah, he's just trying to get to the fight as soon as possible. Still just running. I think it just kind of just shows like how long 1 second is in these kinds of fights, right? Like how much everything can change in 1 second. So he gets here. Yaps is going to come to TP in, get the blink or the Echo Slam off immediately. So actually that was big. So DJ was soul burned up. He pops the Pipe and the Crimson Guard at that point. Manages to, I think, save DJ's life. If he didn't have those, DJ would have probably gone down to the right clicks of Lone Druid and the Soul Burn of the Orchid, or the Bloodthorn. But, so immediately he decides to TP in as soon as Razor dies. Razor's still falling, and they're TPing. He runs back. I think this is such good play by Fnatic, because they all realize in that split second to all just group and go for the Underlord ult. And yeah, they get it off. And in the fountain, that's kind of it, right? Universe top, amazing player. Definitely shows it here. But at this point, right, like anybody could just AFK the fountain, but it's getting to that point that not a lot of people would be able to do, and that's kind of how. So I'm gonna start this one a little bit before the other ones. He used the hookshot on Lone Druid right then because Universe had barely just died, so he was actually targeting it and clicked it before Universe actually had died. So he was trying to save Universe there. Didn't manage to actually do it, but we'll see. He's going back in. Envy goes in. He's trying to follow Envy. Probably, trying to keep your carry alive. Trying to do some damage as well. Pops the battery assault here. Now Fada's going to actually turn around and go on to DJ in a second. And DJ realizes, I am in a lot of trouble. Dragon Tail goes off. Fada's actually in dragon form right now. It should be. This is replay bugs all over the place. But Ace actually gets the Bloodthorn off onto Clockwork. The Echo Slam comes in at the same time. Clockwork is screwed. But Universe, coming in with the Pipe and the Crimson Guard, manages to save him long enough that he actually survives this. I mean, he definitely would have died if those two items didn't get popped at that time. So he's going back. He starts pinging the base. Let's go right now, Universe. Okay, let's go. So they go. And he actually hides behind this tree. He gets Bloodthorn again. It's probably really annoying. He hides behind this tree, which didn't really make a difference here, but it might have if Ace decided to keep chasing. But they do get the successful ulti off. They all show up and immediately start attacking. And I think this is actually kind of cool play here when Invoker TP's in. He understands in like a split second that the only way to get there in time is to force staff himself through Ember, get right there. Check out the timing here. As soon as he's done TPing, he manages to get the Cogs block off. That was some insane play. Really good timing on the part of DJ. Again, it probably didn't make that much of a difference because mid one couldn't really do anything, but just another thing that helped them win.